Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's your host, the Doctor. Anyway, this week, as advertised, and with pinball machines in the background, we're going to talk about some upcoming announcements. We're going to talk about Halloween Horror Nights. We're going to talk about 2016, what I think all Six Flags parks are going to get. Now, I might not know the exact ride, but I am going to throw that out there. And then we'll go over events, and then I want to hear what you guys think about my predictions, what you predict. Maybe you guys have a different feel from a different park that you know, your home park, but regardless, we'll have some fun with it, and should be a good show. You missed nothing there, Mr. Brandon Allen. We just started. We literally just started. So, anyway, let's kick off with the Universal stuff. Fast and Furious was announced at Universal Orlando on their blog. And it's basically the same name as the one in Hollywood, but supposedly a different attraction. We'll see about that, because honestly, I watched the video of the attraction, and it looks kind of crappy. I know I'm not supposed to talk negative. I mean, it's different from watching a video and experience in itself, but number one, I'm not a fan of Fast and Furious, so it did nothing for me. The one in California, they're on a tram, and they get the screens. You got Vin Diesel and The Rock and that Spanish chick. I can't rock show. Disaster closes forever, September 8th. There is a rumor swirling around the campfire that Beetlejuice will return in the Fear Factor stage. I mean, it's a very popular show. Every time I've only seen it, I think, once or maybe twice. And it's a very popular ride. There's always a lot of people that want to see it, so I can't see them getting rid of something that's that popular. So, with that, keep in mind, if you like Disaster, I mean, I know it's a cheesy ride, but it was still cool. I was part of it, on the stage twice. It was definitely something, and you know what? I played the same part twice, I noticed. I always had the rubber rock, the foam rocks hit my head. Both times I did it. It was kind of funny. Yeah, because I remember one time I didn't have my glasses on. The second time I did, and they knocked them right off my face. So it was definitely funny. I wish you could have bought the DVD of it. When they show when you go on the subway, the tram, that they actually while you ride that while they're showing the video of what's going on. It was fun. I like stuff like that. I don't know about you, but I like stuff like that. Alright, there's a lot of stuff to cover here about Halloween Horror Nights, because yesterday, American Werewolf in London was announced. It was 2013's best haunt, evidently. But it's going to come with some new effects. It's expanded, and more ferocious wolf pack inside the haunt. They also, after about midnight this morning, they announced basically the rest of Halloween Horror Nights. And it runs down the rest of the stuff. It runs down the shows and stuff and all that. So bear with me as I run down the stuff, because I'm going to be covering this stuff when I go down there in October. So this is some stuff you can look out for. And if there's something that out of this you really want to see, let me know. I can't record inside the haunt, but regardless, if there's some stuff that you really want to see, let me know. So the next one is Jack Presents, because Jack is the clown that is the host of Halloween Horror Nights 25th anniversary. He was a past host, but anyway, it's called Jack Presents, 25 Years of Monsters and Mayhem. It's a reunion of horror from the past with the Universal classic monsters mixing with new beasts and the ghosts of Horror Nights of the past returning to stalk once again. Now, I know a lot of people have been to Halloween Horror Nights, but I have not. And I know they usually do, like a horror remix of sorts that, what do you call it, with this. So I don't, if anybody's ever been there, you can let me know, but I've never been there, so I don't know. Let's see, then the next one is called Run, Blood, Sweat, and Fears. It says, the ultimate horror game show is back. You've been selected to play Avoid the Reapers, and you run through and try to survive the death obstacles, all for the amusement of the home audience. Oh, and the location of this year's run will be inside the halls of the infamous Hellgate prison. Yikes. So, That's that one. This one seems a little trippy, so to speak. Asylum in Wonderland 3D. A modern and ultraviolet new scary tale experience as you follow the White Rabbit into the murderous 3D Wonderland. The next one's Body Collectors, Recollections. The Body Collectors are back and in search of human spare parts. This time they have chosen the Shady Brook Asylum as their happy hunting ground. Now for the scare zones, there's going to be 5 new scare zones this year. Psycho Scarapy Unleashed, where the inmates from Shady Brook Asylum have escaped and entered into the middle of the Halloween block party. Icons, Halloween Horror Nights, go back in history to come face to face with Halloween Horror Nights icons of the past like Caretaker, Storyteller, the Director, more and all roaming the streets of Hollywood. Scary Tales, Screampunk, twisted new version of a classic scary tale creature with a steampunk theme. Evil Root, Central Park Halloween icons have grown more dark and evil in a throwback to the Ultimate Evil, an icon from 2011. There's an all-night die-in double feature. A double feature of horror at the Cary Drive-In movie theater. Enter if you dare. Now the live shows that they're going to have also feature too. It's going to be the Carnage Returns show featuring Jack the Clown as companion Chance and another edition of Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. As it says, get ready to party on, be excellent with one another as they battle the forces of evil once again. So, that's all the Halloween Horror Night stuff. I mean, the past haunts, well, the haunts that have already been announced were Freddy vs. Jason, The Purge, Insidious, and was that it? I could have swore there was another one. I think that was the 3 plus, how many is on this thing? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's another one. I know there is, and I've talked about it, and I can't remember. There's supposed to be 9. Anyway, Purge, Freddy vs. Jason. I don't know. I forgot. I'll have to look at it. Alright, so that's enough of Halloween Horror Nights. I know, Luco, you're listening, so keep that in mind for when we go. I only have 2 tidbits of news, and then we'll talk about the predictions, and then I'll tell you why I predicted what I predicted. So Lake Compounds Enterprise has officially been taken apart. They're finishing the rest of the main of the ride as they get ready to put the new coaster in over there. So, if you haven't gotten to ride it, too late. Actually, it's being shipped off to Kennywood for parts for theirs. So, it's a shame. I like the Enterprise. I think it's a good ride. Now, keep in mind for this weekend, this is 2 things for Six Flags New England. There's a free concert on Saturday, so the park's probably going to be busy as all hell. So keep that in mind. And the train is going back on Goliath, which means it's going to open soon. So the downtime it's had for at least a month will be no more soon. Probably, I'm hoping for the weekend. I'm going to ask the park and see when they think that it's actually going to reopen. All right, so let's get into what everybody wanted to talk about, which was the Six Flags predictions. This is what I predicted. I didn't put anything in any particular order, just as I thought about it and looked at it and seen what they were getting, that's what I did. Now, we'll have to look back on this because next Wednesday or Thursday is when they announce all the rides, so we'll see how close or how far away I was from stuff. I'm going to start with Six Flags Magic Mountain. I stated this rumor for the last couple weeks when I talk about it, but they're going to get an air race. There's supposed to be 3 parks getting an air race next year. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to get something else, but this is just what, you know, from leads that I've had, from knowledge that I have, and, you know, the assumption block, Magic Mountain is going to get an air race. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Now, unless you're living under a rock, we all know that Roar is going to be getting turned into another RMC creation. So we know that's what they're going to get. Six Flags Mexico, I'm going to say Justice League Dark Ride. Six Flags New England, I had that prediction like a month ago, a few weeks ago, that we're also going to get an air race. And I also predicted Superman Returns. So Bizarro turning back into Superman. Now I don't know any of this for sure, but that's what I'm guessing at. I'm probably wrong on the Superman part, but at least I think the air race is right because if you remember what I had said, that Six Flags, it's looking like they don't want to install any more Super Loops because of the problems they've had with the 4 they installed this year. So they're not going to want to. The rumor around the campfire is they're getting rid of the Super Loops because New England, I believe, was supposed to get a Super Loop. And hopefully it's true and we get the air race and not the Super Loop, because then they're going to advertise it as a coaster and it's not a coaster, it's a flat ride. But to each their own. We're going to talk about Six Flags Over Texas. They're going to get 2 flats. One is going to be an air race. They were the 3rd that I believe was going to get an air race. Now there could be a 4th because of Six Flags Fiesta Texas. But Six Flags Over Texas is definitely going to get an air race, and it's looking like that they're going to get some other type of flat ride because all the hints and clues they've been given, it seems like 2 disasters, fire and I forgot what the other one was. I was reading it on Screamscape, and then when you look at all the Six Flags Fiesta Texas stuff, with all the clues they're given, I mean, hell, maybe one of them is a Super Loop. I don't know, but I'm hoping not. I really don't want to deal with a Super Loop. The concert is Sunday, not Saturday. I thought the concert was Saturday. Why would they have a concert on Sunday? Let me look at this calendar. It is? No. It is Sunday. Why would they put the concert on Sunday? Why would they do that? Maybe I should go to the park on Saturday. Well, it's the last weekend of the water park. The water park's going to, as long as it's, mid to high 80s or higher, you're going to have a busy day at the water park. Summer's winding down. Kids are going back to school. I can't wait. My kids go back on Monday. I'm going to dance across the floor like Tom Cruise and just slide across it. It's going to be great. I'm going to just dance across the floor. Anyway, so over Texas, they're going to get an air race. I don't know what other flat. I mean, if they're not going to get a Super Loop, they are going to get an air race, and maybe they're going to get like that ride up in Canada, the Skyhawk, when you can control the planes or something. Or maybe there's a water ride. Maybe they're going to do a flat ride and a water park ride. But they're going to get 2 rides. Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Somebody was saying 3 rides. I was putting down 2. I was saying an air race and then another flat ride, which I don't know for sure, but someone was saying 3. So I'm not exactly sure about how what they would get if they were having 3. If they're going to get 3, maybe they're the ones that's going to get the air race, the Skyhawk type ride, and maybe like another relocated ride from another park somewhere. Not sure, but yeah, I predicted it. Actually, who were you? Chris Curlis 99. Matter of fact, a few weeks ago I predicted this, and for SFNE, I'm rolling with Air Race and Superman returning. That's what my gut says. I got a 50-50 shot here. I really think. I mean, if it's gonna happen, it would make sense. And the reason why it would make sense for Superman returning is because there's a new movie, Batman vs Superman, coming out next year. What better way to get people more excited about a ride is bringing back Superman and maybe have the ride tie in with Superman and Batman, maybe the rest of the Justice League, and But the problem is, I'm hearing things that when they do, they're going to be changing the trains again. And I hear it's going to be similar lap bar type like Sky Rush. And if they do that, that's the biggest mistake of their life. Unless they fix that issue that they have with Sky Rush, Superman will never hit the top 10 again. Unfortunately. I hate to say it, but that's what I think. But I want to say that they're going to bring back Superman. Maybe they'll just rehab the train that they have and put the S on it. Get rid of the speakers off it. You want to put audio on it, put it going on up the lift hill, put it in the brake run. That's perfect. It's fine. I think other than that, I think it's overkill. Part of the reason why Superman doesn't get number one anymore, it's always stuck in number two, is the restraints is number one, and two, the headrest. People like the view. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I can still see doing things. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't know what people's, people are picky. But the ones, when they want to win the Golden Ticket Award, they have to appease the coaster enthusiasts, not the GP, because the GP doesn't vote. But when they're trying to put in rides overall for the, into the park, it's for the general public. So it's a, it's a lose-lose. So you think they're going to get Air Race, Super Loop, and a Tilt-A-Whirl? I don't know about the Super Loop. If they're doing the Air Races, they're going to do the giant ones. They're not going to come in with the regular size 4-seater ones. And the only reason why is, think about this for a minute. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the Air Race in every format. I've ridden it in the 4-seater and the 2-seater. I have not ridden the new one. But let me tell you this. The new one's going to rise up and then do its, flips and tricks and all that. So Six Flags is going to want to spend a little bit extra dough, and they're going to want to put that in because you can go, hey, we're installing an Air Race, the normal 4-seater. While it is such a great ride, and that's no baloney, by the way, it really is a great ride, I don't think it's enough marketing-wise. When you're looking at, here's your plan for 2000. Here we going in 16. Here's your plan. And you're going to go, the marketing people go, okay, we got an Air Race. We got the regular model. How do we market that to get people to come? You would have to throw in other rides with it. You need to throw in a flat package. But if you throw in the giant Air Race, you're going to get what I would say a better bang for your bucks. You really have to look at it in a sense of marketing. What are you putting into the park? And you're trying to figure out how to get people into this park. You're trying to figure it out. Read your last text. I'm probably not going to the concert on Sunday because Fear the Walking Dead's on, and that is the day before the children go back to school, so they're going to bed early whether they like it or not. So I don't know what I'm going to do for Saturday. I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out. But the giant one would fit Six Flags. I agree with you totally. See, the giant Frisbee, if you're talking something like Max Air at Cedar Point or the one that's going into King's Dominion, Delirium, I don't see for some reason Six Flags buying those. I don't know why. I mean, I love them. I think it's one of the better flat rides that they have. You know what I mean? When you're looking at, don't get me wrong, I love I love like Tomahawk at New England, but at the same time, you're getting, I don't know why they don't want to invest in that. I think it's a great ride, going almost totally upside down. You're almost standing straight up. It's a bigger ride. They're taller. I don't know why they don't do it. I mean, I agree that they should. All right, so Fiesta Texas, we're chopping it up here with the whole, with the clues. So somebody says Super Air Race, Super Loop, or a Tilt-A-Whirl. I wish they would stop bringing back Tilt-A-Whirls. I like Tilt-A-Whirl. I like to see a lot of the rides from years past come back. Music Expresses and pirate ships and stuff like that. I know they're not big marketing things, but it's something that parks need to help, get rid of the line. When the line's along, having another ride that can start eating up the line isn't a bad idea. All right, so let's go on to Six Flags Over Georgia. I think they're going to get a Justice League dark ride. Now, supposedly there's only going to get 2, but I'm thinking maybe 3. It's possible. Six Flags St. Louis is going to get a water park expansion. Six Flags Great America could be the other one to get the Justice League dark ride. Actually, I have more faith in it going to Great America than I do even Mexico. So I'm not totally sold yet, but I think Great America in Illinois is the one that's definitely going to get a Justice League ride. Now the fight's going to be between Georgia and Mexico, who gets the other one. But I kind of got a feeling over Georgia's going to get it. I just feel like that park is due for something like that. But it could go any way. Six Flags America down in D.C. I'm going to say they're going to get a water park expansion. Same thing with the Great Escape. Now, the rumor is they're going to be ripping out the bobsled coaster there, and they're going to be using a lot of that area to get a whole new water slide complex thing. They're going to do a whole bunch of water park stuff over there. Which kind of sucks to lose a coaster for water park, but I think that's the direction that park's heading in. All right, what else I got? The Laurent out in Canada. I'm going to suspect that they're going to go with some type of flat ride. Last year they had that haunted house, and I heard that the haunted house really wasn't done well. It wasn't really that much of a big to-do. I also hear that, Monster, the wooden coaster, is due up for an RMC job in the future. I heard that. But not for next year, though. How you doing over there, Brandon, with your baseball?
Oh, what happened?
What'd you do?
I think I got a high score in something and I put my name in.
Uh-oh. And then we're going to go Great Adventure. This is going to be a weird prediction. I'm going to roll with they're going to get a hotel and a 4D roller coaster. Something like Six Flags Fiesta Texas mix, kind of like a X2 kind of thing mix. That's my predictions. I don't know what you guys think of it. Maybe you think they're all bogus. But that's what I feel that these parks are going to get. Now, when you look at Magic Mountain, why did I say air race? They need flats. See, the thing that Six Flags has done in the past was rip the flats out and just be coaster parks. And they can't be just coaster parks. They can't do that. It kind of takes away from the park. Granted, flat rides aren't the big money makers. They don't have huge returns on them, well, they could, depending upon the ride. I'm sure over, maybe 4 or 5 years, the ride somewhat pays for itself. But they need the flat. So I feel that the air race is something that they need to add to the collection of rides that they have. I don't feel that they don't have enough flat. Most parks don't have enough. They keep ripping them out. Discovery Kingdom. Well, that was just, all the leaks that came out. That's, and if you saw the picture that Six Flags Discovery Kingdom posted, if you paid close attention, you could see the crane, and it said Rocky Mountain Coasters on the crane. So, I don't know how many of you paid attention for that. I don't know how tall the giant air races go. I mean, I don't know how tall they are when the what do you call it? The plane the seat you're sitting in. I don't know how high it is at its highest point. I don't think it's that high. Maybe 50, 60, 70 feet tops, maybe. So it's probably got to be maybe close to maybe 100 and well over 100. Maybe 120 to 150. Maybe even, you could even probably go to the range to 75, 80, 180 feet maybe. Close, probably hovering around 200 because it's got to go up quite a bit. I don't know if it's got to go up 50, 60, 70 feet and then start doing its thing. Not sure how. I don't know what the height that it goes up. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to look into that. But I know that they definitely go high. I know they raise up however many feet, and then they spin, and then they go crazy. When you look at Mexico, it's weird. Mexico and Canada, they don't play by the same rules that the rest of the Six Flags do. International parks, they're different. Different rules, regulations. They might be regulation-less. They don't run the same type of schedule as all the other Six Flags in terms of when they're opening their rides, Sometimes they won't even announce Mexico and La Ronde in Canada when they do the rest of these announcements. Usually they don't do that right away. Sometimes they do. Hey, it's Twister Brett. Now, like when I said New England's before, I said Air Race, Superman Returns. Now, the park president, John Winkler, had said during CoasterCon in 2013, he was like, oh, I can't wait until we can put that S back up there. So, we're trying to figure out when it's going to happen. I say it's next year. We'll see. Again, with the Over Texas, I'm feeling the 2-ride thing. And Six Flags Fiesta Texas, somebody's saying 3, I said 2, but maybe it is 3, maybe it is 2, maybe it's 1. I don't know. But I think it's at least 2. Minimum 2. I just feel for Georgia with the Justice League Dark Ride, it just calls to me. It's kind of like when I bought my first pinball machine. The machine called me. It just summoned me into it. So that's how I felt on that one. St. Louis, they need to add to their water park. It's just something that they need. In Great America, they don't have a dark ride. They need a dark ride. So that's why I went with that. Six Flags America, water park expansion. They need it. They need the water park expansion. The Great Escape, I think, eventually is just going to become a water park with a few rides in it. The way that it's going, they're going to start ripping out almost all their rides for water park expansion. LeBron, I said, just a flat ride. I don't know. But Great Adventure, I know if Brett knows, he won't say, but I feel they're going to get the hotel and the 4D coaster. That's what I'm shouting out. You know, there's been talk and rumors for Six Flags Great Adventure getting a hotel for so long that I think it's probably time that they're going to probably invest in it and do it. And it's time for Great Adventure to get a unique and different type of coaster, so I feel a bigger 4D coaster is the way to go. That's what I feel anyway. Oh, excuse me. Now, I know I'm cutting it kind of short. I didn't really have that much news and stuff, and I didn't really... Well, actually, last weekend we did do something cool. We went to, what do you call that place? Pinball Wizard. And that was pretty cool. We stayed there for 3 hours, and I only spent $20 for me, $20 for each kid, so $60 for 3 hours. That's not bad. A lot of cool games, a lot of cool pinballs, had a blast. It was worth it if you're ever up in the Pelham, New Hampshire thing. You would not be able to vote for the golden ticket this year. The voting is closed. Actually, I believe the weekend of Riding of the Bull, or the weekend before, is when they announce the winners. And there are certain criteria that you have to meet to be able to vote. One, you have to have at least 250 coasters, and they've liked you to travel outside the United States to have ridden them, and also been to at least 100 fairs, carnivals, and such combined. That was what I was told what the rules are. So if you meet any of those criterias, then you can contact them and they'll let you on the ballot. But they're trying to get a lot more people that have traveled outside of the United States to vote, because a lot of people mainly are just in the United States. So it is what it is. All right, so let's talk Riding of the Bull. I want to go over the flyer. And plus Brett's here, so he can answer your questions. I love when Brett hops on, because it's always good when Brett hops on, because anytime I happen to have a question, he ends up being there magically. So it's a great thing. So I want to go over the flyer, and I know it's late, but you know how parks are. I mean, I'm not talking bad about the park, but you know, it's not a little family park. It's a big corporate park. So you know, people got to go back and forth and negotiate and see what they can and they can't do. So you can do it online, and we're going to give you all the goodies. Now everybody knows what I say all the time. It's one of those must-go-to events. It's riding of the bull. Now, if you're a season pass holder, admission is $36. If you're a non-member, and this is for season pass holders, prices is $45. If you don't have a season pass, Ace member is $65, and non-member is $75. You can get the Riding of the Bull Siete T-shirt for $22. The date is September 12th. It's from 8:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. at Six Flags Great Adventure. They're returning back to its roots, basically. They're not doing with the merge of the group called the Fairgrounds. So there is no Fairgrounds. This is us. So morning ERT, you're going to get Nitro. Nighttime ERT, you're going to get Bizarro, Runaway Mine Train, El Diablo. You're going to get 2 hours of ERT on El Toro. You're going to get a full day of fun at Six Flags. You're going to get a Mexican Fiesta buffet. You're going to get behind the rails tours, tons of door prizes. There is no on-site registration. Registration with T-shirt orders can only be entered online. It must be completed, by August 31st. The postmark deadline for this event is September 2nd, or online is September 5th. And then there's also, don't forget, on September 13th, to join them at Casino Pier for Seaside Hangover 4. So basically, your tentative schedule is going to be as follows. 8:30 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. is going to be your check-in and tour sign-ups. 9:15 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. is going to be morning ERT on Nitro. 10:15 a.m. walk back to Zoom and Jaro and King Dakar for first ride privileges. 3 to 5 is going to be your buffet with amazing chicken nuggets. From 9 to 11, 2 hours ERT on El Toro after park closes. 9 to 10 is going to be ERT on Bizarro, Mornaway Mine Train, and El Diablo. So that's your riding of the bulls. And if you have any questions, so the shirts are in question. Well, I know it's tough because it was so, the deadline's so close. And I personally know from having T-shirts made myself that it's not a quick process. It definitely isn't. It takes a couple weeks, and then you might be cutting it close, and you don't know, and it's crazy. But yeah, I kind of actually like this format better of how the ERT set up. Because when we had ERT the other way, it wasn't really ERT. It was still... Actually, sometimes some of the lines were busier at night than it was during the day. So, it kind of... I'm not saying that Brett did a bad job. I'm just saying it kind of sucked in terms that, some of the lines were longer because you had the fairgrounds. Now we have the way it was and the way it really honestly should be. It should be us guys. I know we're not a 2,000 person group and don't have, 2,000-3,000 people showing up so that, we can fill and get the whole park for ERT. But I mean, it'd be nice, Brett, to see if they could do. I mean, it might cost a little bit of dough. I don't know, but maybe get like one half of the park for ERT. I mean, that is kind of like half the park. But I'm just saying, maybe from King Dakar over. Give us, it's just a suggestion. Me rattling my brain. It's just me rattling my brain off, doing my thing. So, if anybody has any questions, and the Mexican food. See, I'm not a big Mexican food kind of guy, so... I like the chicken nuggets. It's... I don't like eating Mexican food when I'm at a park, because then all I do is fart, and then I have to crap all the time, so there's no need for me to be eating Mexican food. I'll just eat the chicken nuggets. I'm safer. I know people love the food. So, you know what? If people love the food, then that's all that matters. I'm not big into the Mexican food, but that doesn't mean I'm always in the minority of everything. You know, I'm not a big on the Mexican food. I mean, when I eat it, it tastes good. It doesn't taste bad. It's just I'm not big on it because I don't feel like crapping my pants while I'm riding El Toro. But that's just me. So, I don't know. That's just me. But again, if you have any questions about riding of the bull, you can twist the Brett right there. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice to have the ERT with the sky ride in between. Because, I mean, let's face it, guys. The park is huge. It's nice to have that sky ride open to get you back and forth. That was really a good thing that they did for Con. That was good. That was really good. Top notch. It saved my feet, let me tell you. Because usually by the end of a day at Great Adventure, I'm dying. I just want to, like, keel over and die and just sleeping on a bench somewhere and wake me up in the morning. You know, it's just a lot of walking. You know, because, when you're with the kids, you're trying to reel them in. You're trying to say, hey, let's stay over here and then work our way this way. And they want to keep hopping around. I'm like, no. And then after you ride everything, then they want to go, they don't want to start back where they just rode and go back the other way. They want to go all the way back the other way and then head back this way. So then you're hoofing it or riding the sky ride. I think what they did for Con was awesome. That was a good job, Brett, getting that done. Because, let me tell you, the sky ride saved my life. Actually, I kind of like trying to drop the ball into the basket or the bucket or whatever they had while you were riding the sky ride. That was kind of, I didn't come anywhere near the bucket. And I know one guy did it. So, hey, good for that guy. But I tried shooting that in the bucket. I couldn't do it. I think even if I had a bucket dumped out the side of it, I don't even think I would get one in there. I don't have the luck. I don't have that kind of luck to get the ball in the basket. I'm not that lucky. Even though I did like the museum. I really dug the museum. I like looking at all the older stuff that they had during Con. That was great. I wish they would open that back up again. I don't know if it's open all the time during the summer, or is that just a Costa Con thing? That I don't know, but I actually enjoyed looking at all the old stuff. It was pretty nice. I kind of a sucker for that kind of stuff. I wish I could have bought some of the stuff. And I wish they made... that's something that I wish all Six Flags would do. And if any Six Flags or any park is watching this right now, heed my warning. This is what you should do. Not a warning, but heed my suggestion. What you need to do is stuff that you guys used to sell back in the day, maybe it didn't sell after so long. I think you need to do a throwback of some of the old merchandise. You don't have to make a ton of it, but I'm telling you, a lot of the coaster enthusiasts will buy it all right up. If you start going, hey, let's go back and see what we made back in the day, whether it's plates or patches or pins or posters or banners or Christmas ornaments, something. There's something out there for everybody, and I think they need to do that because I'll use Six Flags for an example because I see it and it pisses me off every time. I see it at every Six Flags. I've seen it at every Six Flags park. From Great America to over Texas to New England, the Great Adventure, and they need to stop this. There is no need to be selling toys and stuff that have nothing to do. You got Spider-Man toys. Spider-Man's not even DC. Why do you have that in there? They have clothing that has nothing to do with Six Flags, and the stuff they have for Six Flags is generic. If you look, I saw it, Great America. They were saying it was X-Flight and it was X2. But it said X-Flight on the shirt, but it was a picture of X2. I don't know. I think the things need to be personalized to every park. The rides, the park itself, not just Six Flags. The cups, the shirts, the hats. Get rid of all that other stupid clothing thing. It's probably in there for advertisement. Those clothing companies probably paid them a bunch of money to put the clothing in there, and they're like, hey, we'll pay you to put our clothes in there. And then, you buy the clothes and whatever. Everybody wins. Everybody makes money. I think they need to go to the way things used to be. Maybe they feel they don't make enough money on it, but I'm sure they'd probably make more money on what the older stuff than they would this new crap. That's me. I don't know how many of you agree with that, but that's me. I feel that the Six Flags parks are doing it all wrong. Now, I like that they're starting, I know, because I go to New England a lot, that they're actually putting ride shirts. You got Wicked Cyclone and Sky Screamer and Goliath, and I've even seen one for Gotham City Gauntlet hanging around in the Justice League store. They had Bizarro shirts. They need to do all these big rides we have, in all the parks. They need to make shirts for. I mean, at Great Adventure, I saw the Skull Mountain. I bought one. I like that stuff. That's what I like. That's what they need to do. Not this, let me throw crap in here that makes no sense. But yeah, see, somebody else likes throwback. I like throwback items. I like that kind of stuff. All right, so don't forget, September 12th, Riding of the Bull, Siete. Siete! Well, throw up is bad too, yes. Throwback good, throw up bad. All right, so September 13th, we got The Hangover 4 at Casino Pier the day after. Now, for those that don't know what Casino Pier is the park that had the roller coaster fall into the ocean from Hurricane Sandy, Superstorm Sandy. That pier got messed up and they're rebuilding and stuff. So they're redoing it. Cute little park, little, pier. I mean, it's nothing huge yet. They're going to be growing it bigger. I haven't seen what they've done with the water park expansion and the mini golf. The last I saw of it was from Con. Because we were there a couple weeks beforehand, or a week beforehand, with Tony and May's wedding. Then we went back after that for CoasterCon, back to that place. And not obviously, within a couple weeks, not a lot had progressed. So by now, I'm hoping that it's open. Brett would know that answer. If it's opened or not opened, or I don't know. No, I mean, I still can't get over how far we are in the coaster season. Because then we have October 3rd, Full Thrill Fest at King's Dominion, which sadly I'm skipping this year. That'll be the weekend after I came back from Florida. So I may just go to New England and just kind of hang local. Did you break another high score again?
I did.
What'd you get?
Runs, Grand Slams.
Oh, I think I like
All
another.
your shit.
Yeah, well, I got to get all my stuff back. He's killing all my high scores and stuff. Did you hit 1 billion yet?
No, 944.
Damn you! Now I have to go and fight it later. I'm not going to bed tonight until I beat all of the scores. I will not sleep again until I get my high scores. I mean, I can't go to work tomorrow until the stupid package. Hey, speaking of stupid package, remember I thought it was the Jace?
Yeah.
I picked up the Jace at FedEx. I have no... And you got the parts from John on my porch.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the hell this is. We didn't order anything else. I don't know what the hell's coming to my house. It's probably going to be like a piece of paper. Hey, you can refinance your house for... You can save yourself a few $100s a year. That's probably what the package is going to be, because I haven't ordered anything. The last thing I ordered was my Super Mario guys. That was it. What about... You know what? I need to beat the scores on the pinball. I can't have... I love my brother and all, but I can't have my brother having the top score on my pinball machine. I can't have that. He can have number 2 through 5 if he wants. He can't have number 1. That's mine. He can't do that. I'm gonna have to break 1 billion points just to kick his butt in this. And he's probably gonna stay here till 6 o'clock in the morning just to make sure I don't beat his thing. Bastard. Anyway, so October 4th, Celebrate America at Six Flags America. I did these 2 events last year. They're fantastic events. It's just when we decided to go to Florida, or more like me, and I just said, hey, Luco, I'm going. You want to come? You know, I invited Tony, May, and Dave and Jody, and Luco's coming. So it's one of those. It's just how it falls. So I'm not going this year. Plus, I'm probably going to be broke. Excuse me. But the following week, I am going to Phoenix Fall Fun Fest. But you have to if you want to do the event on the 9th, which is the Friday night. They're doing a Impulse ERT and light snacks and drinks that they're doing on the Friday night. You have to pre-register online for this. You can go to Canova's website. There's something hidden somewhere. There's a Facebook fan thing for Phoenix Fall Fun Fest, a group, and there's a link to it. I don't know what the link is. I registered me and the kids for it, so I don't know if it's free, if it costs money. It might be free. I don't know. Regardless, but then Phoenix Fall Fun Fest is on the 10th, so I'm going to get... My plan for Phoenix Fall Fun Fest is to get there as early as I possibly can Friday morning or early afternoon, set the tent up, and then go to the Covered Bridge Festival that's within the park there in the front of the park by the parking lot. And I want to enjoy that, walk around. I'm not going to sit around the campsite all day, you know, waiting for people or waiting for things. I'm just, me and the kids and Luco, we're going to set up the tent. We're going to do that. Then I want to go get some food. And then I want to go enjoy the festival. I'm happy with that. I really am. You know, and then do that event. And then there's also part of that, there's like a get-together at the Haunt somewhere around there. So I'm thinking about doing that. So it should be good, I think. November 21st, Smoky Mountain Coaster Fest. I went last year, fantastic. Where else can you go in November and ride some roller coasters, eat some awesome food, and just have a good time? See some awesome shows? Dollywood. But unfortunately this year, I'm skipping out. I've officially decided not to go. And my only reason for not wanting to go, honestly, is I'm going to go in March. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to do Smoky Mountain Coaster Fest next year. You know, I figure I'll take November off of Dollywood. No big deal. And then I'll go in March. I have no problem with that. And then I'll go ride the new coaster. No big deal. I'm not afraid and ashamed to say it. But that's what I decided. Now, these other events, I am going to go to. A Storybook Christmas down at Storybook Land. We went there in Egg Harbor during CoasterCon. Beautiful little Storybook Land park. I've never done the Christmas event, so I'm doing it this year. And then on the 6th, there's going to be Winter Adventure, a Great Adventure for Holiday in the park. So I want to check that out to see how, you know, what they end up doing for Holiday in the park. I feel just something new to experience, something different. I know I usually do the, you know, Great Adventure once a year, and then, you know, I've been there a million times. It's not my favorite park. It's not the worst park. I think it's still... I'm not going to go to Dollywood in November. I can do that. This is not the Nazi Amigo clan. It's supposed to be the Amigo clan. And the Nazis are not going to make me go do something I don't really want to do. So I don't want to go to Dollywood in November. I am staying home. I know, Luco, you're going to cry. And then the Nazi party's going to try and steal me and take me to Dollywood anyway. I just don't want to go. I already went once this year. And besides, I'd rather go for next year when they have the new coaster. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate Dollywood. I love Dollywood. I think Dollywood is a fantastic park, especially Christmas time. I mean, I'm not a fan of the big... I'm not a big religious guy. And most of the shows are, you know, they're Christmas. They have to do with Jesus and stuff, and I don't want to listen to that. I mean, I love my favorite show that they have there is the Christmas Carol one. Awesome, especially with the hologram of Dolly. I did like the Twas the Night Before Christmas show. That was good. I didn't care for the rest of them. I know people are like, I love My People and I love this one and that. No, I'm all set with the other ones. You guys can go watch your shows. I'll go ride some rides. Yeah, I know. I can get the season pass off at $40, but I don't want to go. I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to waste my vacation time. I'm not going to drive there. So it's just one of those, you know. Yeah, Dollywood is a must. It's just I'm not feeling the trip this year. And I don't care, you know what? I'd rather pay the $90. The money I save on the trip, I'll just put into the season pass. You know, it is what it is. Oh my God, Luco. You just went on the Amigo chat like a little high school girl and ran into, well, it don't matter. You can tell them that I'm not going. Dive. Oh, I'm getting, my kids are out on a trip with my father and they're going to like all these military things. So he's sending me pictures of them in front of big machine guns and little submarine things and ships, and they're playing with all the knobs and buttons and stuff like that. Now, Luco, why don't you tell them, while you're typing in the Amigo chat, why don't you tell them exactly why I don't want to go? Tell them that I'm waiting for the new roller coaster to open. That's what I'm doing. There's no ill will. It's just I do not want to go. I don't want to be in a car. I just want to just chill. I know, it sounds crazy that I just want to... Yeah, but you can't really blame Jeremy for that. You know, he don't know where you live. Anyway, so then on December 12th is coasting through the snow at Busch Gardens. That I am going to do. That's awesome. I just wish it would snow. Because last year when we went, it rained. It was coasting through the rain. I don't want to pay for the ticket to go to Dollywood. I'm being cheap. I don't feel like flying to Dollywood. Because then I got to go get a rental car, and then I got to go drive, because the way I want to do it isn't... Because the way I want to go to Dolly, if I was to fly, I want to get the earliest flight out on the Thursday. So that way I can go down in a Pigeon Forge and go chill out and go do my thing there. I want to go see like the upside, the Titanic thing, the upside down house, whatever the hell that thing is, and hang out. I don't want to just sit there and do nothing or go shopping. I don't want to go shopping. Yeah, no. I don't want to go shopping. I don't know if you understood that, Lugo. And they're gonna get in late. They're not gonna get in early. I would get there before they would get there. I would be there way ahead of time. I'd be at the airport when they're taking off leaving. My flight's not gonna take 10 hours to get from here to Tennessee. That's maybe, hey Brandon, what do you think it takes to get to Tennessee on an airplane? 2.5 hours? So, I don't know. It can't be that long. I can get there. They still have 8 hours to drive. I'd have 8 hours to hang out. Yeah, I'm all set with the knife store. I want nothing to do with that knife store. I don't ever want to walk in that knife store. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to be in the parking lot of it. I don't want to smell it, see it. I don't want to shop. Personally for me, I just want to wait for the new roller coaster. That's what I want to do. I just want to chill out, save my money, and you know, do it next year. I need a Dollywood trip off of being in a car. That's a long ride. Let me tell you. That thing trying to fight you? What'd you get now? It knocked. You got something. No? Oh, maybe like a free game. What was the score you just got?
Only like 240 million.
Oh, I wonder what the hell that was about. Thing knocked. It was just like he was gonna kick your ass. So yeah, those were the events. That was the news. That was my predictions. I don't know what you guys think about any of it. I know Luco's upset about me not wanting to go to Dollywood. And he became a high school girl going in the chat room running. Actually, it was better that you did it than I didn't have to do it. So then that way, May and Tony can get all mad about it now, and then they're not mad later. So I can just let them rant in the chat, and I can ignore it. And then I'll talk about it later. That's all. No big deal. I'm not worried. So anyway, this weekend, I have no idea what is going on. So, maybe we'll go to a park. Maybe we'll beat each other up. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I have no idea. It's one of those, you know, I'll talk to, you know, me and Luco and, oh, you're going to Plymouth Plantation? I haven't been in that place in like a million years. Oh, wasn't that free day or something tomorrow? Or something? Plymouth. Brent, remember that place, Plymouth Plantation? I haven't been there in a million years.
Pilgrims.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, and then they had, remember, Brent, when we were kids, they added the Indians? I remember the Indians. What is who eating? Me? I was just eating a piece of ice. That's what I was eating. I ate ice for dinner. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I can't. I would love to go to Plymouth tomorrow. I can't. I have to stay at home, wake up at the ass crack of dawn, and wait for FedEx to come. And I can't leave my house until FedEx comes. That sucks. I'm gonna have to like run to the store after here to get some snacks and stuff. Because I can't leave. Well, I got a pack of cigarettes. That should last me. Maybe it won't if I do an all-night binge on pinball. But no, I mean, yeah, I know. I don't want to go to Dollywood. It's not in haste or anything. Or, you know, I just don't want to be in the car. I don't want to sit in the car and go shopping on the way there, on the way home. The only thing I really care about doing while I'm at Dollywood is the fun stuff. I want to go to the park. I want to go drink some moonshine. I want to go see some cool things, haunted houses and stuff. I don't need to go in all the stores. I don't give two craps about the stores. You know, I don't care about that stuff. You know what, Lugo? I called FedEx to see if I could actually pick up the package. And they said because of the sender's requirements, they have to drop it off at my house and have to sign it in front of them. I would have to call who it is, and it doesn't even say on the paper who it is. I don't know who's sending this stupid thing. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know nothing. I don't know who it's coming from, because the packages I thought it was going to be, I already got. Maybe it's a bomb or something. Maybe somebody's sending me a bomb and trying to kill me. I don't know. Wait, maybe somebody's sending me a pinball machine. Maybe something. Nah, I can't be that good. I don't know. Somebody's sending me something. And I don't know who the hell's sending me anything. I got my Mario guys. I got my stuff. I don't know who to... there's nothing... I returned my battery case thing, and that thing ain't getting shipped out for 3 to 5 days. I'll call him back. Well, I don't know who's going to give me the $1 million, Lugo. Maybe you sent me $1 million. I don't know what the hell's in it. It's a mystery package. And you know what? We are going to... It's coming FedEx. So maybe what do you call it? You know, next week maybe we'll talk about a mystery package. I don't know what the hell's in it. I don't know. Somebody sending me drugs, dogs, cats, naked women, pool, pinball, dolls, bombs, candy, drugs. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what the package is because I don't have anything being sent in the mail. Well, I have a couple things, but they haven't even shipped yet. There's 2 things and that hasn't shipped. So I've been checking the the tracking numbers. Nothing shipped yet. I haven't even gotten a notification of being shipped. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to get going. Next week, we'll find out what the show is going to be. Hopefully you enjoyed this week. If you want to talk, if you got any questions about riding of the bull, you can contact Brett at BULOZAS at aceonline.org. He's your New Jersey rep for the New Jersey region, obviously. So if you have any questions about riding of the bull, maybe you got something about Casino Pier, you can email Brett. You can email him at BULOZAS at aceonline.org. Get all your questions you gotta get. It'll be great. So, hopefully you enjoy it. But anyway, we're gonna get going. I will be back. Let me see, there's no events or anything next weekend? Well, there is. I think. Yeah, there is, but it's not going to interfere with the show. So we'll be back next week, same time, same bat channel. So I will see you guys next week. So until then, have a great weekend, and keep on coasting. Peace out.